Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunarathna. As always, we're coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. This morning too, we are ready to bring to you details of all the top stories from both here at home and around the world. Stay tuned with us. We have all the news in detail. As always, we start off with news here at home. Police opened fire on a vehicle in Ballamadama, Mathura at around 9:30 last night after the driver reportedly failed to comply with police orders and continued to drive recklessly. The driver, a resident of Devinura, was arrested on suspicion. Upon searching the vehicle, police discovered approximately 2 grams of ice. Now, President Therunee held a high-level discussion with representatives of the International Monetary Fund at the Presidential Secretariat as part of the 5th review of Sri Lanka's ongoing debt restructuring program ahead of the release of the 6th tranche of IMF support. During the meeting, President Therunee reaffirmed the government's commitment to reviving and stabilizing the economy, stating that the administration has a strategic roadmap to guide the country from bankruptcy towards sustainable development. The president had noted that the IMF support is deeply valued in the journey to economic recovery, adding that the government is focused on exceeding the targets set by the IMF to position Sri Lanka as a resilient and investment-ready economy. He emphasized the importance of creating a conducive environment for both domestic and foreign investors, noting that economic revitalization depends on attracting capital and fostering confidence in Sri Lanka's financial systems. The IMF delegation, in turn, commended the steps taken by the Sri Lankan government to stabilize the economy and discussed future policy measures required to maintain momentum and ensure long-term fiscal discipline. Deputy Minister of Transport and Highways Dr. Prasanna Gunasena announced that a supplementary estimate amounting to 36.609 billion rupees will be presented to Parliament today to cover the ministry's expenditure ahead. He noted that the funds allocated under 3 unutilized budget heads will also be used to repay part of the loans previously obtained by the Road Development Authority, which currently holds a debt of 310.6 billion rupees. And in more local news, the Attorney General's Department has requested a discussion with President Therunee regarding the recent Supreme Court judgment on obtaining compensation from the Express Pearl shipping company. According to the department, the Supreme Court verdict includes several significant directives. The discussion with the President and other relevant stakeholders is expected to focus on these orders and determine the next steps for implementation. The judgment, which spans 361 pages, imposes multiple directives on both the shipping company and several government institutions. The Supreme Court has ordered the Express Pearl company to pay $1 billion in compensation within 1 year for the extensive environmental damage caused by the maritime disaster. The Attorney General's Department further stated that it is currently reviewing the ruling in detail to ensure the full recovery of the awarded compensation and to coordinate the necessary legal and administrative measures accordingly. Meanwhile, the Illegal Assets Division has initiated investigations into the assets of 10 former MPs and ministers following several complaints received by the police. According to police sources, in addition to the former MPs and ministers, a separate probe has also begun into the assets of 10 members of organized criminal gangs. Authorities have stated that the findings uncovered during these investigations will be submitted to court in due course. Furthermore, the police emphasized that steps will be taken to confiscate properties acquired through unlawful means in accordance with the provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act and related legislation. On to more local news now. Postmaster General Ruwan Satkumara says that steps have been taken to introduce fingerprint machines for marking attendance at the Colombo Central Mail Exchange. He says machines have been installed across all departments and future overtime calculations will be based on data recorded through the system. Fingerprint machines have already been set up in all administrative offices, while arrangements are underway to extend the system to all provincial offices and post offices nationwide. The initiative follows recommendations made in the Auditor General's audit reports. However, several postal trade unions recently launched a strike opposing the installation of fingerprint machines at the Central Mail Exchange and citing other related concerns. On to your weather forecast for today. The Met Department says that showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the northern and north-central provinces and in the Trincomalee district. Showers or thunder showers will occur in the other areas after 1 p.m. today. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in the western and northwestern provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the morning hours as well. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the northern, north-central, eastern, central and Uber provinces. And as always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Let's now take a look at international news for this morning. Negotiations to finalize a deal based on President Donald Trump's Gaza ceasefire plan are underway in Egypt for a third day today. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are expected to depart for Egypt today and arrive on Wednesday. Israeli Minister of Strategic Affairs Ron Dermer, as well as Qatari Prime Minister, are likely to join the ceasefire talks then as well. Meanwhile, hundreds of people gathered in southern Israel to mark 2 years since Hamas's attack on Israel on the 7th of October, when 1,200 people were killed and more than 250 others were taken hostage. Israel's ensuing war in Gaza has killed more than 67,000, most of them women and children, and pushed parts of the enclave into famine. An independent UN inquiry concluded that Israel has committed genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, which Israel has denied. Now, a landslide in Himachal Pradesh has killed 15 people on a bus, injuring 2 children. Rescue efforts face challenges due to ongoing rainfall. At least 15 people were killed and 2 children injured when a private bus was struck by a massive landslide in Bilaspur district of Himachal Pradesh. Police said that the intermittent rainfall in the region since Monday has hampered rescue operations. According to the police, the bus carrying around 25 to 30 passengers was struck by a massive landslide in the Balugat area at around 6:30 p.m. Coming up next is sports news for this morning. And in sports, it's cricket. The 9th match of the 2025 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup is set to take place today between Australia and Pakistan, 2 prominent teams in the tournament. The Sirasa Media Network holds the official local broadcasting rights for the World Cup. All matches are being broadcast live on TV1 and streamed online via www.sirasatv.lk. The 2025 Women's Cricket World Cup is being held across India and Sri Lanka. Today's encounter at the R. Premadasa International Cricket Stadium in Colombo is scheduled to begin at 3 p.m. Australia, led by Alyssa Healy, enters the game as the most successful team in Women's World Cup history, having won the title 7 times. The Australian squad features several key players including Ashley Gardner, Kim Garth, Heather Graham, Beth Mooney and Alana King. In this tournament, Australia won their opening match against New Zealand by 89 runs, while their second match against Sri Lanka was abandoned due to rain. As a result, Australia currently stands 3rd in the points table. The Pakistan women's team, captained by Fatima Sana, includes players such as Diana Beg, Alia Riaz, Muniba Ali, Sadia Iqbal and Sidra Amin. Pakistan has lost both of their opening matches and currently sits at the bottom of the standings. Historically, Australia has dominated Pakistan in women's one-day internationals, having won all 5 of their most recent encounters. Sri Lankan cricket fans are in for a special opportunity this time, as entry to all Women's Cricket World Cup matches played here in Sri Lanka is completely free, allowing spectators to enjoy top-tier international women's cricket live from the stands. Now, England recorded a 4-wicket victory over Bangladesh in their 2025 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup match held in Guwahati, India, moving to the top of the tournament points table with this win. Batting first, Bangladesh faced early setbacks, losing their top 3 wickets for just 59 runs. Shamir Akhtar top scored among the top order with 30 runs, while Sobana Mustari anchored the innings with a well-made 60 runs, becoming the side's highest scorer. However, 7 Bangladeshi batters failed to reach double figures. Bangladesh were eventually bowled out for 178 runs, with Sophie Eccleston leading England's bowling attack with 3 wickets. Rabia Khan contributed an unbeaten 43 runs lower down the order. In reply, England also struggled early on, losing 4 wickets for 69 runs. However, captain Nat Sivabrant steadied the innings with 32 runs, while Heather Knight guided her team to victory with a brilliant unbeaten 79. England successfully chased the target of 179 runs in 46.1 overs, finishing at 179 for 6 to secure their 3rd consecutive win of the tournament and to climb to the top position in the standings. And that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunarathna. Thank you for joining us this morning. Do join us tomorrow as well for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.